This is Pokemon Silver for the Game Boy, a retrospective. This is the sequel to the really popular Pokemon Red/Blue games, and even though I was a little older by the time this game came around, it was one that I was looking forward to. There isn't much story to this game. You meet Professor Elm, whom tasks you to meet Mr. Pokemon. Eventually, you meet him, and he gives you an egg to give back to Elm. Along the way, you bump into a person whom battles you. Back to Elm, he asks you whom the person was, and since he never really tells you who he is or she, I responded by saying his name is 3 question marks. Makes sense, right? The gameplay for this game is pretty similar to the first Pokemon game. You fight Pokemon turn-based, and the main fighting part hasn't really changed much from what I remember and can tell. The only thing that was a surprise was that if your Pokemon has a berry, they eat it to restore health when they're battling. Some other changes to this game is that there's a day and night cycle where different Pokemon will appear depending on the time of day. This feature is now a mainstay in pretty much all Pokemon games, I feel. I also feel like this is a way that developers are making people play the game more because, you gotta get that Pokemon at that specific time or day, you can't put this game down. Also, berries are new to this series. I think I already mentioned it. Well, one thing I didn't like about this game was the initial part of the game, all the Pokemon you can see are Rattatas and Pidgeots, and maybe a couple of Pokemon that are new. Like, what's the point of bringing out these old Pokemon to this new game? I want to see new things. Overall, this is a solid game and a logical next step in the series. I would give this game an 8 out of 10.